Hey guys, I know this is off our regular schedule, but I'm gonna get a little real today. I've had a lot going on and I wanted to share it with you guys. So I went to Grand Rapids over the weekend, um, obviously in Michigan. Sorry. But I got a really good chance to get a really good heart to heart with my cousin Natasha. Well, no, she's not my cousin. She's my soon to be aunt. My bad. But we were drinking wine and just talking, and I'm one of those people who they bottle up their emotions and then they come out at the most inconvenient times. And so I ended up having a mental breakdown last night. She was super supportive because she has a lot of the same things wrong with her that I do. So we talked about it and we had a heart to heart about where I'm going in life and stuff, and I'm not where I want to be. I can't really say I had a plan to be somewhere at 20 years old, but I thought I'd have my career figured out and that I'd be well on my way to being there. But at the moment, I'm just trying to meet life ends, you know? I'm working hard at a full-time job and I don't have time to go back to school. I'm emotionally distraught in so many different levels. I had a lot of time to think about my situation at the moment, and I mean, I don't like it, but I'm not gonna force it, because if I try to force it, I end up pushing people away, and I don't want that. It's the last thing I want, because I love this guy with everything in my heart. And so I'm trying to be strong and give him the space he needs to figure things out, but it's hard. And that was part of the reason I had the breakdown last night, because I'm accepting what it is, but on the inside I'm breaking a little, because there's still the possibility that it probably won't happen, and if we do get back together, the possibility of another messy breakup, and I don't want that. I wouldn't be happy with that. But no, I have been very emotional a lot of these days now. The other day I came home from the hospital for having chest pain, it's a pain like right under in your side, but under your rib cage. But I was having that kind of pain and it was making it hard to breathe, so I went to the hospital. But I came home and my dad apparently had been having a crappy day, which shouldn't have mattered, but he took it out on us, and the whole fact that my check was what it was and whatever. So gas money was starting to become an issue, and I was like, really? Are you freaking kidding me? So I walked away from the situation. I was pretty pissed off because I was already upset that I managed to have a health problem on the same day that a friend of mine had passed from a health problem. So I was feeling it, okay? And so I did stupid things that day. Not gonna say what, but no, we had a great time there. But I woke up this morning and I realized my cousin's getting married and she's not much older than me. And I'm over here like, when is it my turn? When is it my turn to be happy? And I don't know. It's a very hard thing to live with. And having anxiety and depression is a horrible thing. It attacks you from all ends. And there are days that I could be perfectly happy in the morning and then take a sudden turn. Something just irritates me or something, and I shut down. I like to live in a numbness, because if I live in reality, I'll end up happy, and then the universe has tended to hate me. Which, no offense to the religion people watching, but I'm about to get real deep for a second. Lately, I've been questioning a lot of things, and this is not to knock any of your beliefs or anything. You believe what you want to believe. But I'm at this point where I'm questioning everything about I was raised a Christian, and now I'm starting to question everything that I was taught. Like, if a God exists, why does he let all this horrible stuff happen to such good people? Why does he rip people apart? Like, if I was meant to be with this guy, who I'm not going to mention for privacy reasons, but if I was supposed to meet this guy and fall in love with this guy, why would he cause something that would keep us apart? I question why they say he has a plan for everyone. Like, their whole life is planned out, every decision they'll ever make. I don't like to think that way. I don't know. I want to feel like that person who, when I'm making a decision, is my own subconscious thinking and not something that's been planned out ahead of time, because then it doesn't feel like my decision at all. And that's what most Christian beliefs imply, is that he has this whole plan set out for you already, and everything you do in life is already planned out because you're on a mission. But what I don't understand is, why would you put somebody on this planet that has a mission to be a serial killer or a burglar or any type of criminal? Because they're gonna end up executed halfway through their lives anyway. Why create somebody of that nature? Why aren't we all, like, completely nice to each other? Why did all the world wars happen? Why are we fighting with ISIS right now? I don't understand. I'm very confused. And I think that's a reason why I question, like, how do we know somebody wrote the Bible? We don't. For all we know, these could be a bunch of made-up stories in a book. We don't know. Nobody's witnessed it. Not in this world. I have a hard time believing in destiny or fate either, because that also implies that there is a plan already set in motion for me with every decision ever made. So I like to believe in the universe. And karma, because karma's a bitch. Particularly to me. I have been in so many nice relationships with people that have ended badly because every time I'm happy or I cross a boundary I've never crossed before, and this has happened on 2 separate occasions now, but I end up being the most depressed in my life that I have ever been. The first time I noticed the universe hated me in any form of love at all was when me and this guy, when we first dated, we were together for about almost a month. And we were the most magical. Oh, it was like living in a fairy tale. And it was so great. And I love him with every beat of my heart. And I would die for that man. But the moment I crossed a boundary and decided, he wants to drink tonight, I'm cool with going home at like 6 in the morning instead to be at work by like 11:30 or something like that. So we crashed there, which was fine. I mean, we were together, so it wasn't too big of an issue. But I crossed a boundary and I slept in the same bed with him. I'd never slept in the same bed with a guy in my entire life, so this was a first. And the next day, he got in trouble with the law for something that wasn't even his fault. It was a friend of his. And they ended up getting him in trouble, but we broke up soon after that so he could figure stuff out. And I blamed myself after it happened. I was pretty numb when it first happened. I was numb for a good solid day and a half. And then it finally hit. I cried like a baby for 3 days. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I was perpetually exhausted. And then came the bargaining, just begging him in any possible way, and it was horrible. And I realize that now. And then I moved into anger. I was angry that it happened. I was angry at the world. I was angry at the universe for messing with me so bad that and that is why I stopped believing in God, because, you know, that stuff shouldn't happen. Not to good people like we were. We were great. But I don't know. It's a thing. And then I got angry at him for stupid shit. And then I moved into depression for the next 4 months. All those stages all happened within like a week. And then I moved into depression for the next 4 months, where we were talking, kind of, not really, but mostly he texted me first and I responded because I didn't want to step on any toes or anything. So I let him have a space, and I was very depressed for about 4 months. I couldn't get over just being with him and stuff. And then I moved into acceptance. I finally accepted, you know, maybe this is for the best, and I should try to be happy like he wanted me to be. And so I didn't date, really. I maybe dated one person. I'm not going to mention them either. But then he started talking to me again. And we're still kind of sort of talking. I'm trying not to bug him too much. But we talked for a couple months, and this was back in like January that we started talking again. So after he was done with all that stuff, which I'm not going to mention what he did, because that's privacy. That's private right there. But no, we're talking again, and things are weird. And like I said, last time we hung out, something happened, and now I'm really confused as to where we stand, and I don't know. I'm trying to get him to answer me back. It's a depressing thought, but maybe I'm just perpetually meant to be alone. There's so many walls built up now that I can't even imagine anybody being able to break them all down. I am a wreck. And I give props to whoever puts up with me, because I'm gonna be a pain in the ass. And I'm sorry beforehand. But I'm almost content on being alone. As sad as it is. But honestly, if given the chance, I think I would take him back. I love him more than anything in the world. And that's saying a lot. I don't want to cry, because I did a lot of crying last night, and my aunt was super, super helpful. Oh, she just held me the entire time, and it was great, because I've never had anybody do that for me my entire life, and I've had depression since I was 7 years old. But I've never been put on anything for it, and drinking doesn't help, I don't think. It dulls the pain, but it mostly just tries to block it out. It makes me more depressed, and I don't like it. So. Alright, well that's going to be the end of this discussion. I was just feeling a little down tonight and thought I'd share with you guys what happened over the weekend. So I will see you guys on Monday. Yeah, so tomorrow. Love you guys.